Whistle. He gave a loud whistle to get everyone's attention. Shuffle. She did a little shuffle as she walked across the floor in her slippers. Grin. He couldn't hide his wide grin after hearing the good news. Timid. The timid cat hid under the bed when the doorbell rang. Shelter. We took shelter under the tree when it started to rain. Glimpse. I caught a quick glimpse of the actor as he left the building. Trophy. She proudly placed her trophy on the shelf above her bed. Jungle. They trekked through the dense jungle, listening to the sounds of birds and monkeys. Whimper. The puppy let out a soft whimper when it was left alone. Glimmer. There was a faint glimmer of hope in her eyes. Clumsy. He's a bit clumsy and always drops his keys. Bustle. There was a constant bustle of people at the weekend market. Nozzle. Turn the nozzle to adjust the water pressure. Wharf. The fishermen loaded their catch onto the boat at the wharf. Murmur. She spoke in a soft murmur, barely above a whisper. Riddle. He told a tricky riddle that no one could solve. Speckled. The bird's eggs were speckled with brown spots. Hollow. The log was hollow and made the perfect home for the rabbit. Goblin. The story was about a mischievous goblin in a forest. Hazelnut. She always adds chopped hazelnut to her chocolate cake. Quarrel. The siblings had a little quarrel over who would sit in the front seat. Glider. The glider soared silently across the blue sky. Cozy. The cabin was small but cozy and warm. Blare. The blare of the siren made everyone cover their ears. Sniffle. He gave a little sniffle after catching a cold. Prance. The pony began to prance around the paddock. Squabble. The two children began to squabble over the last biscuit. Plummet. The rock began to plummet down the cliffside. Puzzle. This riddle really makes me puzzle over the answer. Twinkle. The stars began to twinkle in the night sky. Swirl. The leaves began to swirl in the autumn wind. Saddle. She placed the saddle on the horse's back. Pyramid. We saw a giant pyramid during our trip to Egypt. Scramble. They had to scramble up the rocky hill before sunset. She gasped. She gasped when she saw the surprise party. Ripple. The breeze created a gentle ripple on the surface of the lake. Stumble. He began to stumble in the dark hallway. Waddle. The ducklings waddle after their mother. Pounce. The cat waited quietly, ready to pounce on the toy. Whiskers. The kitten has long white whiskers. Shriek. She let out a loud shriek when the balloon popped. Spindle. The thread was wound neatly around the spindle. Griddle. He cooked pancakes on the hot griddle. Scuffle. There was a scuffle in the hallway between two boys. Slippery. Be careful, the floor is slippery near the sink. Comet. They spotted a bright comet streaking across the sky. Puddle. He accidentally stepped in a muddy puddle. Meadow. We had a picnic in a peaceful meadow full of flowers. Jigsaw. She finished the last piece of her jigsaw puzzle.